Got 10.
3, 2, 1. What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Panthers Nation Network. This is an emergency broadcast as we are. I mean, there was some breaking news today, clearly, in the fact that Cam Newton is now signed on to rejoin the Carolina Panthers where he started.
Hey, man. Hey, look, here's the thing, bro. Shout out Panthers Twitter, bro. Because I'm not going to lie. If you've been on Panthers Twitter, we bullied this organization into making the right decision, getting them back in the fold. And look, all I want to say to everybody, bro, is like, if you believe something hard enough, bully your way to the top. Because I mean, they've listened, man. I mean, big kudos to David Tepper for making the best business decision that we talked about last night on the podcast, Jack, and going with what's going to help you win right now. And he did that, and I got to give kudos to him for making that call.
All right, can I give you my 2 cents?
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. First and foremost, a great business decision. Phenomenal business decision. This franchise was dead in the water, and all of a sudden you're going to listen, the Washington tickets tripled in price in 3 hours on StubHub and everything because that'll be the first home game. Great business decision. And I think, I'm going to be honest with you, I think it's more business decision than I think a football decision. And what I mean by that is great business decision. A football decision we'll find out over the next 7 weeks when he plays. I've got a lot of reservations. This offensive line is still not good. But here's the gist. Everybody talked today, and it's blown up on Twitter and sports radio here in Charlotte. Listen, 50% of Cam Newton is better than 100% Sam Darnold. I mean, it just, that's what it is. So football decision, we'll wait and see. It would just be 7 weeks and we'll figure it out. But you know what? I mean, everybody's fired up and energetic. So there we go.
I mean, I've seen people from all over Charlotte that aren't even Panthers fans. I got friends. My buddy Mike, he's a Giants fan. He was happy for it. Will, who we had on the podcast last night, he's a Patriots fan. He was happy about it. People that, it's just a boost for the city because, I mean, like you talked about, Jeff, I mean, especially that Patriots game, that game was half Patriots fans. That game was half Patriots fans. Shantice can tell you he was there. If anything, I mean, we talk about putting butts in the seats. Tepper, as a businessman, this is what he needed to do. He needed to make that business decision. We talked about it yesterday, and we dropped it, this morning, which I got to say, pretty good timing on that one. We dropped it almost right as the conversation started coming about that they were going to their area, to talk to Cam, to have these conversations. Now, I mean, yeah, obviously, as Jeff said, still some reservations here because this offensive line is atrocious. There's really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I mean, even at its height, this offensive line is not great and not really matching what Cam ever had. I really don't know, how far he goes. And I want to get Shanti's opinion. I mean, I don't think he starts this week. I don't think he plays this week. I think they give him a week or two.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely doesn't start this week. I mean, it's a Thursday right now. You let PJ Walker play. He's practiced with the ones. He made this mistake last week of playing Sam Darnold when PJ had practiced with the ones for the entire week. I think PJ gives you the best chance to win this week. He gives you the best opportunity to win a football game. And now in the upcoming weeks, I mean, yeah, there's absolutely no way you play Cam this week. But I'm starting to think that maybe you give Cam maybe a week or two before you throw him out there because I mean, I mean, you want this to be the best possible chance you have at being successful, and throwing him out there before he's gotten the verbiage of the offense, things like that. I mean, it has to happen quickly, and we are on a press. We are pressed for time with the schedule being the way that it is, with only 8 games left in the season. But you also got to be able to make the smart decision here.
I think he's got to go against. I think he's got to go next week, and I mean this. Like what I'm getting at is Arizona's going to be a tough ball game to win. If you lose against Arizona, you're 4-6. In the NFC right now, there's only 6 teams with winning records. Everybody else is jumbled up. So if you could pull a win against Arizona, I get it. But then you're 4-6. I think you got to play him because let him get to Washington because he's got to go on the road to the Bills. You're going to have to go to Tampa Bay. You got to play Tampa twice. And I know you don't want to push it too much, but listen, everybody's – does he take you to the playoffs now? I don't know, but I think you got to play him against Washington. I think that, and I think because people have already bought tickets, I think Dave Tepper then made this move for that sole purpose of the Washington game, and what a game it'll be. So I know he can't go Sunday, but to me, he's got to go. He's got to go. And what's going to be interesting, let me just say this because I forgot it my first time. What I'm really concerned about is the Matt Rule, Cam Newton relationship. And what's that going to look like if things go to hell in a handbasket, or all of a sudden something goes down and Cam gets a little feisty or something like that. I really want to know, because listen, I still believe this was a Dave Tepper decision. I'm gonna be honest. I think he went to Fitterer, and I went to Matt Rule, and he goes, "Listen, this is a business decision. You guys figure the football stuff out. I'm making this decision. We're gonna get him." And now, guess what? Matt Rule, you got this guy, Joe Brady. You got him. Go play ball.
Yeah, and I spoke on it in the Money in the Bank, and just from the things that I've been hearing, it was absolutely a David Tepper move. And again, the odd man out here in this situation looked to be Matt Rule, because I had, I was on the Panthers town hall on Twitter, and somebody said it, and it sparked my interest a little bit too. I mean, where do you think Matt Rule's interest, as far as like these college jobs that are opening up, do you think his interest is starting to peak a little bit more into those jobs now that Cam is back? And this went seemingly against what he wanted to do with the direction of the team. And David Tepper taking it back into his own hands and saying, "Hey, look, man, we got to make the best decision for the team." And Matt Rule essentially still feeling like, he wanted to have sole control over this organization.
I mean, if the rumors are true, like we said, and Tepper did jump over Rule's head, this is showing you that as an organization, for Tepper, especially the quarterback, your quarterback is more attributing to your success than the head coach is. Like, it's not, "Hey, head coach, you get to pick your quarterback. We're picking the quarterback. You got to go with him." And yeah, if it's really a pride thing, that irks me a lot. You're really going to put your personal pride over this guy's supposed ego over the ability he could bring to your team, because I can guarantee you, it has nothing to do with Cam Newton's, his presence in the press conferences or his presence, as a leader. It's because I think Rule knows he can't cut it as an NFL coach that can monitor and regulate NFL talent. He knows that he's not going to be, if Cam has an idea, if Cam has a way he wants to go, he doesn't have the ability to win that battle. And I think you're right, Shantice. I mean, Ed Orgeron, he's out, he's out with LSU. Dan Mullen's probably going to be out in Florida, I would imagine, at the end of the year. So there's some jobs popping up for him, and it wouldn't surprise me if he backtracks.
And for a guy like, sorry, go ahead.
Like I said, I was talking to you guys the other day offline and stuff like that. You're talking about 3 coaches that have no NFL experience. I mean, 0. And you've got a Scott Fitterer, who was never general manager, but he's been in the Seattle Seahawks office and stuff like that. This was Dave Tepper going, "I'm an NFL owner. Here's what we're going to do." And you guys, and granted, like I said a minute ago, I love the pride factor that everybody seemed to drop their pride to get this done. I think it was a lot for Cam to come back to a place that really didn't treat him well, but it's home. So that's cool. And so I applaud him there. Like I said, the caveat down the road is, where do they start to do this?
Well,
a little bit, and we'll go from there. Shantice, I know you were saying something.
God, I think I lost my train of thought. Oh, okay.
What happens?
Okay. Yeah. Matt Rule's personality, just back to the college, the him going back to college point. I mean, he seems like a guy that wants to control everything, and you can't do that in the NFL. Everybody has a specialty in the NFL. I mean, there's a reason why utility guys in college don't translate over to the NFL well. Guys that are athletes in college don't translate to this game very well, because in the NFL, you have to have specialties. Everybody that's somebody in the league has a specialty. They do one particular thing very well, and they don't do other things great. And Matt Rule does not have that. We talked about it before, Jeff. He doesn't have that quality, that redeeming quality that you can say, what does he do well enough that we can lean on to say that can get us to the promised land, that can get us to the next mark. And again, I think that him going to college, that's where he needs to be. The personality he carries, the interviews, and how he doesn't really interview very well to the press fits a college coach. You don't have to answer questions over there,
Well, and that was my confusion and why he wouldn't want Cam. I get the ego's thing, but in terms of coachability, I mean, I got to think that Rule is blatantly aware of his own abilities and his lack thereof. And I think he's just more so kind of that shifty car salesman trying to work around it. But if you know you cannot coach a guy like Sam Darnold into being a good quarterback with the system you have, why would you not want Cam Newton, who in these moments where you can't coach, can take it over. Sure, it might not be in the way that you would like, because and Jeff's right. It took a lot of of humbleness. And that's not the right word. Humility.
No,
that's the word.
Humility.
Humility. That's the word. That's the grammar I'm looking for. It took a lot of humility for Cam to swallow his pride and go, yeah, I'll come back, because Cam had every right. Cam had every right to Chris Tucker say, you can take your badge and you can shove it right back up you, because he, like, if that were, I mean, like we were talking about that. If that were me, I'd be like, oh, now you want me when you're out on the ropes. Now you want me to come back and help you out.
But I think the cool part too is, as we've looked at this, I think Cam had a couple other offers out there.
We know he did, yeah.
But I think his backup. I think he knew he could come here and be the starter. I think other places he was going to be a backup. This he knew he was going to go in, be the starter. And let me say one other thing, because it kind of blew my mind. I'm not sure I agree with the price. I mean,
the price was pretty hefty. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean,
price is a lot.
I mean, and the gist is, are you giving him that? And I mean, what does Cam do if he goes out and sets the world on fire for 7 games? Then does all of a sudden he go, okay, guys, thanks for that. You were my stepping stone. Now moving on again.
Hey, the thing about it is, I said it on Twitter, and I think it's true. He's LeBron James in the situation where if it goes well, they are. Oh, what do you do if you're the Panthers now? You can't. You can't make. You have no control here. You know,
you bow and ask for forgiveness. You bow and ask for forgiveness.
I mean,
and
really.
The problem is, but hold on. And the deal is too, how moronic do you look now because you picked up Sam Darnold's 5th-year option?
We're paying We're paying now.
He gets 15 mil next year.
We're paying Darnold. We're paying Teddy right now. We're paying Barkley. We're paying PJ, and now we're paying Cam. We're paying 5 quarterbacks.
We're paying like close to like the $80 million for only one guy that's gonna play.
Literally for only one guy. And so I think, Jeff, I mean, I think they hold off with the Cardinals because even, depending upon it. Because I don't know if it depends on Kyler Murray. If Kyler Murray comes in, it could be a different situation. They might go, okay, if Kyler Murray's coming in, that's another thing. I mean, Cam's not the same size, and they might have PJ. They don't want PJ running scout. At the very least, Cam have the ability to run scout acting like Kyler. I mean, it's 3 times Kyler's size, but you got the same thereabout mobility, at least in practice. If Kyler comes in, maybe they make that decision. Maybe they bring him in at some point. I mean, PJ can still propel you. Panthers Rancher just messages now. He said we're paying more than $10 million for 3 different QBs right now. But like,
hey, real quick, much love to you guys. Keep pounding. I got to roll though, unfortunately.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right, all you Panther guys out there, I'm happy. It's a great day, but there was actually a sportscaster in Charlotte on the radio who was in tears, to be honest with you. He literally said, here's what he said. He said, and I'll leave you with this. This is the greatest day in Charlotte sports history. I don't know if I'd go that far.
It says a lot more about Charlotte sports than it does anything else.
The NBA, I mean, getting the Hornets, getting the Panthers. You went to 2 Super Bowls. Let's figure it out.
Close to being top 10. I think it's
I agree.
Top 10.
I agree. You guys,
top 10.
Hey, thanks to all the fans. Thanks to all the fans out there. You guys rock. Thanks for following us. Keep pounding, and I'll be back with you guys on Sunday. And we'll see what happens.
Yep.
For sure.
All right. Y'all be good.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay, man.
Oh, yeah. By the way, for the people on Instagram, there are 2 different live streams going on. So if you see me.
Yeah, I guess we didn't explain that, did we?
Yeah, we didn't explain that very well. I've gotten some messages. It's 2 different live streams going on. There's our Facebook stream, our YouTube stream, and our Instagram live stream. So we're just.
We tried to do a jack of all trades, if you will.
Yeah, for sure.
Let us know how it's going. If it's janky, we don't have to do it next time.
We don't. We don't. Are we taking fan requests into this now?
I mean, yeah. If fans want to talk, if fans want to jump on and talk, if fans want to, speak their mind.
I know I had one guy in particular.
I don't know if he's still on or not.
I definitely had. I sent an invite out to my guy. I had to Silent Media. The guy I worked with before. I know he was talking about hopping on, so I see him a request. So hopefully he jumps on. And if I see any other, if anybody, I mean, obviously, if fans, if you want to hop on, just request. We're taking any and everybody right about now. Just we just want to hear what you guys have to say about this whole thing, man. And at the end of the day, I mean, bro, I'm excited, bro. Like
I'm still shell shocked. It's like the Twilight Zone. All the stuff they've been posting on social media. The best one was Instagram was like, "Yo, y'all got to see this jersey swap we did for Cam," and it was just a picture of Cam. It's just weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, man. I mean, and again, I don't. This situation doesn't bode well for Matt Rule, bro. I think if the things that I've heard are true, then it's not a great look, because if the owner's having to step in and say, "Hey, look, bro, we got to get him in there. We got to go. I'm gonna have to overstep you and go make this thing happen." You know what I'm saying? Then we can't. Then it can't. Then this can't work, bro. I mean, there's no way that Matt Rule can be a head coach in this game if ego is that big of a factor for him. There's certain things that Matt Rule said I just don't sit well with me. The Joel Osteen, bad car salesman type of vibes I get from him. This ain't jihad too well with me, man. Here's the thing. Great for Carolina, but this is the situation that Cam couldn't have. It's going to have been a better situation for Cam to come into, in terms of being able to answer everyone that said that he didn't deserve to be the quarterback anymore in Carolina, that he didn't have it anymore. I mean, for this to all come full circle, that's the beauty of this whole thing. Everything came full circle, and it came back the perfect way that it should have. It should come back to where they have to come to you on bended knee and say, "Look, bro, please be our quarterback for at least another season or another 8 games."
I mean, because you talked about, at this point in time, like with the speculation we had for why Cam would have turned down these deals for, Seattle per se or New Orleans, is that because he knows what the situation he's getting into. He's only really got one more chance at this. I mean, if he fails again at another team, that's about it for him. And he's been outspoken about that. And I think he saw the situations in Seattle and New Orleans to go, this is not going to work for me. It's not going to put me in a good light. I don't want to happen what happened in New England. I don't want that to happen again. It, in my mind, at least bodes well that he looked at the Panthers' current roster. Obviously, the defense has its potential and its pluses. Looked at the offense and went, I can make something of this. He's done more with less.
Oh, absolutely, bro. I'm thinking about, I was talking to a friend today, and I was like, bro, it's crazy to think that our 6th round pick, Shad Smith, is probably better than any receiver we had on that 2015 roster.
I mean,
like, if you think about Philly, Brian, and Shad, not gonna lie to you, bro.
That's about right there and there.
But the 6th round pick being who's like the 4th, 5th receiver on the roster right now, being as good as your number 2 of that year, bro. I mean, I look at the situation where, you look at DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Terrace Marshall, Christian McCaffrey being back, Amir Abdullah in the backfield, Chuba Hubbard also added some flair. The defensive guys, I think they have to be relieved now that they have a true leader back at the helm again. I talked about it in the Money in the Bank video. I was like, this is, you think about how critical the situation was. DJ Moore's in a contract year. D-Jack is in a contract year. These guys have options to go elsewhere. You know what I'm saying? And start over.
And we haven't talked about Dante because he's been flying under the radar, but he has proven himself to be someone who can get a spot somewhere else. DJ, everyone knows what DJ can do, and they're prepared. If we aren't prepared as an organization, but they will be prepared if he takes off, because why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he follow in Curtis's footsteps and go right off? The problem I see now is, because you saw it. Shaq did it. We have people from all across the league were busting about this signing. Kyler Murray, Shaq Thompson, LeBron James even said something about it. People know and are excited for this, and I know on the organization itself, they're excited. My next thing, swallow your pride, pick up Trey Boston, please. He's a good meteorologist, but I need him out of there, and I need him on this team instead of Sam Franklin and Sean Chandler. But the problem being now is we need to keep everybody healthy. If we actually think we can make somewhat of a run, because we know how iffy the NFC is, we need to keep everybody healthy, because you've got a lot of guys that have been on IR for most of the year, have been back and forth. Burns looked like he was banged up last week. And that's why I don't think they're going to put him in for this Cardinals game, because you're not going to put him in and then immediately have Chandler Jones coming at him with this offensive line. And if anything, PJ's unfortunately like a scarecrow this week. He's a crash test dummy, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, it's definitely unfortunate, but I will say, have we heard any word about Kyler Murray's status as far as
it's still up in the air as far as I know? And if they look at our team and they look at the way that I can't believe I'm even freaking saying this. If they look at the way Colt McCoy played against the 49ers. I can't believe
I can see them giving Kyler another week to get right. And
I could too, because if you're right now, I mean, if you're the Cardinals, you're sitting, other than the Rams who have just added OBJ, which, I mean, this is a crazy day today just in itself, but the Rams now just now OBJ, Von Miller's going to come off, even though they got kind of, punched in the mouth by the Titans. They're really your only competition right now in the NFC until, if Rodgers decides he wants to be a football player, not a soap opera star, they might get their stuff together. But if you're the Rams, why would you, put Kyler Murray at risk? I mean, if you're the Cardinals, why would you put Kyler Murray at risk against a team with a pretty good defense in itself that can get to the quarterback, and they saw how we were able to contain Kyler last year. That was without our secondary. That was without, Hassan Reddick. That
was without Shaq Thompson playing at the elite level he's playing at.
Exactly.
Pro Bowl level right now he's playing
exactly. So again, I think both teams this week are going to be like, all right, we're going to it's understood. We're going to put the backups in. Everyone go with their backups and we'll see what happens with the game there.
Oh, we have a request. We got a request. Ethan Henson. We're about to add him onto the Instagram Live.
All right, this could get kind of screwy because I'm realizing he's not going to be on Facebook, so we're going to have to be able to hear him through our computer or through our phone. So you might hear a little bit of double action here.
Okay. Oh man, he's joined. All right.
Hey man, how you doing?
What's up, man?
Doing good, guys. I'm pretty pumped up about this news. Not gonna lie, but I liked how the organization, they pretty much had to come crawling back on all fours and be like, Cam, we need you, man. We weren't better off without you. But there's no harm in that, like Cam said, there's not 32 guys better than him. So I don't see why not.
No, I don't think so either. So give us a little about yourself, man. How long have you been a Panthers fan?
I've been a Panthers fan as long as I can remember. I grew up, my walls are painted blue, silver, black. Steve Smith, posters, all that good stuff. I'm in the Rock Hill area now, so I'm happy to be up near Charlotte. Graduated from USC in December.
Yo, yes, sir. We're both Gamecocks ourselves.
Hell yeah.
Love to hear it. Well, yeah, man. I mean, we're the same way. Like, I wasn't expecting the organization to swallow their pride like this. I figured Cam would, if we reached out to him. Cam, honestly, he's a player. He's a dog. He wants to be on the field. I didn't think we were going to tuck our tail between our legs and do this. I really did not think, as an organization, from the things that they've shown me with how they handle, of course, it was a different regime, but the way they handled Steve Smith, and DeAngelo Williams in the past, we saw Tepper rectify those mistakes with Steve Smith, Jonathan Stewart, Greg Olsen, getting those contracts rebuffed, but still some guys, I was shocked. So it's definitely nice to see.
Definitely the history of the Panthers and letting go these veterans. It's been rough for a couple of these guys.
So does this make the Redskins game?
Obviously, to get them back.
Does this make the Redskins game that much better? Or excuse me, the Washington game that much better?
Oh, 100%. With it was big anyways with Ron Rivera coming back in town, but with Cam too, where Washington could have signed Cam all year and they didn't. So he's got a little edge on his shoulder, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely.
I want to ask you one question, man. We've had our questions about Matt Rule. I just want to get a glimpse of how are fans feeling? How do you feel in particular about Matt Rule?
I've always felt the way I don't think college coaches transition to the NFL that easily. It's a tough transition. And so at first I had that hesitancy, but I was going to give him a chance. Sign him 7-year contract. So, but I don't know. After last week, the offense throwing screens on 3rd and 7, it was an incomplete pass. Joe Brady and all that. I don't know. I kind of lost my hype about it. They got to prove themselves at this point.
And if they can't make it work with Cam Newton, and it's not going to say it's all or nothing, but it's going to be a huge feather in their cap if they can make it work, and it's going to be a huge thing against them if they can't.
Right.
For sure, man. But golly, man. So, I'm sorry. My audio is kind of lagging a little bit.
I think it is a little bit.
Yeah. Shoot, man.
Well, man, thank you for hopping on. Thank you for listening. Always love hearing from from I don't like to say fans because it's not like y'all are fans of it. We're all fans of the Panthers, so it's nice to hear from someone else outside of our mindset.
Yeah, man, love the page. Been a follower for a long time, so keep it up. Go Cox.
Thank you, man. Go Cox.
Appreciate it, man.
That should be a separate podcast we could do where Jeff could come on that too. We could just complain about Complain about the Gamecocks. That's a whole other thing that we ain't going to talk about.
Oh yeah, man. But yeah, more people. I think we got another request just then. Rashad Gregory. So we're going. Okay. So that's on the Instagram Live. So the Facebook watchers, you know what I'm saying, just bear with us a little bit.
We're going to try to keep you included.
Yeah, for sure. So now we adding on Rashad Gregory next. So hopefully let's see if he'll add him on.
Because we like to hear. Because we have our mindset, but we're all kind of same in the mindset.
Yes, sir.
He started already.
I started being a Panthers fan as soon as Cam got in the league. So us signing this nigga, I am very excited. But I'm not expecting the 2015 Cam to come out here and fuck the league up. I'm not.
No, there's no way.
Excited.
No, absolutely not, man. But with the, it's got to be crazy. It's such a surreal moment, bro. Cause I ain't gonna lie. I don't think anybody expected this regime to really go back to a guy that they really tried to erase from the team's history. You know what I'm saying? Just a year and a half ago. I mean, it's crazy to see. I mean, I'm proud of him for swallowing their pride and realizing that, hey, you made a mistake a year and a half ago. You got a chance to fix it. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, kudos to them, but I'm definitely still surprised nonetheless.
Yeah, I thought it was raps for sure. I definitely didn't think we was about to get him back. I thought the football team was definitely gonna pick him up, honestly, because they honestly in the same situation as us. They need a quarterback. Their defense is all right. They need a quarterback. Their defense is all right. But other than that, I didn't think we was gonna get
Hey man, but shout out to Cam though. I mean, Cam talked about how he was still fielding offers. I mean, even when people thought that nobody wanted him. And he just waited on the right moment, bro. I mean, and what not a better moment than the team that dubbed you and acted like you were finished to have to come back on bended knee and say, "Hey, bro, you can give us one more shot, man. Just give us that 8 games. We promise we'll make it right."
I think we can make the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't make the shit.
Yeah.
But if we make it, I also don't think we're gonna do much.
That's true.
I mean, we talk about it. We looked at it right last week. We were sitting at that 7th spot. If we were going to the playoffs, we were going to be playing more than likely the Cowboys. Now we're knocked out. The Falcons sitting at 7th spot. The Saints are in the 6th. We talk about it. I don't know what the NFC right now. The NFC is so up and down. I can't get a grasp on any team.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, to me, it doesn't look good. But I'm glad to see Cam back in the jersey.
Absolutely.
It finally makes us everyone bought all these jerseys, and now we finally can have them again. I was like, Shanti, so are you going to be wearing the Patriots Cam jersey still? You're going to have to break up the old one.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna try to go to one more game, and I may break it out. I'm not gonna front with you.
I went to the Eagles game. I didn't even. That shit really pissed me off, bro. That was my first Panthers game. We up the whole game. I'm talking shit to my friends. And this nigga sent me those 2 picks in a row. Bro, I honestly didn't know what the fuck to say.
Hey, man. Hey, I just went to the Patriots game this past weekend, man. I'm in the upper deck. My money ain't that long, so I got to sit up. Got to sit up with the bro folks, and bro, when I tell you, man, it felt like I was on the road, bro. I'm getting harassed by Patriots fans at my own crib, bro. At the crib, I'm getting harassed.
I see Colts fans.
Where are they coming from? So I think that's another reason why they did it, because ticket sales had to have been going down these last 2 weeks. We just said it, the Washington game, ticket prices went up 3 times as much since we got Cam now. So I think that's got to be a reason. People are going to come to watch Cam play again.
Oh, for sure.
Hell yeah, bro. That Patriot game was like the first time I ever heard Bank of America boo.
Oh yeah, it was wild.
It was funny. It was hilarious.
I've never seen that. Well, it's looking good right now.
We finally got something to be happy about.
Yeah, we just gotta wait and see. But like I said, I'm not expecting too much.
I think we all got. That's the thing. We got to keep. Panthers fans are they're so up and down. They're so highest heights and lowest lows all at the same time. So definitely keeping that.
It's because that's what our team is. We start off 3-0, 4-0. We get all hyped. We beat a team that we probably weren't supposed to beat in the States.
Probably not.
And now we beat them. It's like, all right, maybe we are this type of shit. Then we come out against the Cowboys with maybe we probably weren't supposed to win that anyway, even with our team healthy. And we come out and say, yeah, they don't score another touchdown for 3 fucking games. I just don't understand. Like, I come in here expecting, because I'm a Knicks fan too. I'm like, all right, I have more confidence in the Panthers than the Knicks. Because the Knicks is into the playoffs. We come out there and I'm like, oh yeah. I'm like, oh yeah. Okay, all my shit. And then these niggas do 5 in a row, and I'm back to where I was at with Teddy fucking Bridgewater. I'm sick of this nigga saying, like, give me a tryout. Give me a tryout to be a quarterback.
That's what we were saying.
I honestly think I can be better than this bum ass nigga.
That's what we were saying.
Bad.
Stuff from like that old Eagles movie. Run that Invincible, open up POA, and let us all just run out there. Because someone in Charlotte has got to be better than this guy.
I also don't understand because last year we were running so many screenplays with DJ, so many of these shit, and I'm not seeing not one. I'm not seeing not one. We played Shackman up for one play, and the nigga gets destroyed, and we don't see him for the rest of the game. I don't.
Hey, man.
It's just hard being a Panthers fan. That 2015 season was like the best time of my life, and it was taken out of my hands quickly.
Way too
Very
quickly.
quickly, and I didn't like. I don't like it.
Hey, man. Hey, look, man. But on the bright side, you know what I'm saying? Look, they're trying to recapture the Magic. But bro, you know, we got more requests. So I mean, we're gonna have to go ahead and move forward. Appreciate you for hopping on, though, man.
Yes, sir. I fuck with y'all. Keep doing y'all thing.
Oh, for sure. Appreciate the love, man.
Right.
Yes, sir. Man.
Oh.
Bro.
Kick me out.
Nah.
Kick me out the video.
Your screen's kind of frozen. You know, you kick yourself out. You ain't got no signal, man. Hold on. Your screen's like kind of frozen on the IG live.
Yours is or mine is?
Yours is.
Let me come on. Technical difficulties, everybody. Working in live productions is going to happen every once in a while.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's see if I can get back on.
It's still on it. I can still see you on it. Do you need me to re-invite you back onto it?
Yeah, request me.
All right.
Give it a second. For everyone on Facebook too, we can keep going with this. I think it's going to be something funny that came up on Twitter. Is that we saw that there was the banners that were throughout the game, Bank of America Stadium, and they had one of them showing the NFC Championship picture, and it looked like they had blurred Cam out of they cropped Cam out of the picture.
Hey, did you hop off? Hey, okay, I'm just breaking. Try exiting out of Instagram completely and try to hop back in because it's still got your screen frozen on my end.
All right, let's see here.
Hey, for my Instagram watchers, man, just hold tight. We're gonna try to get this thing worked.
I'm an old man.
You know, Jack. You know, Jack. He's up there in West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? The signal's not great.
We don't have any signal. Here it is. Okay.
All
right. Now we're back. We ain't got no signal up here.
Yeah. Clearly.
But what I was talking about. Hold up, Sonny. You might need to.
Yeah, I had to turn it down because I had to cut it up for the last guess.
But what I was saying was, so on the banners they put up, kind of the overlays of the little, of the walking areas, they had a 2015, it was a mural of 2015 from the NFC Championship game, and it looked like they cropped Cam out. What are they going to airbrush him back in now?
Hey, hold up, man. I forgot. I can't believe I forgot this part. Y'all hold tight for 1 second, man. Hold up.
Okay. I will keep everyone entertained while he goes and does what he's doing. Y'all, I like his background. Look at his background. I don't know what it is, but it looks like my
look,
goodness.
Come on, man. We had to get right with the Moscato. Come on now.
I ain't on that vibe right now. I mean, I should be on that vibe.
Hey, I am, bro. I'm grown. Hey, we grown, man. Hey, y'all, look, drop them requests, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how we giving it up, man. We got pop. we ain't got champagne because we can't afford that just yet.
No,
My salary's not that great. You know what I'm saying?
We're not at that point.
What we can do is buy some wine from Dollar General up the street. You know what I'm saying? And we can.
Now that I can do.
And we can get this thing going. You know, but just hold tight with me because I don't have. Wow, I probably should have really.
I feel like you should have done this before.
Yeah, probably. but we do have another request. So while I get my things right, get my things correct, we have Nate Taylor.
Oh my God! Oh God!
Course, the Taylor clan is back in the building.
I don't know how this is gonna go.
So we will be accepting that.
There's a 50-50 chance this goes well. Is he coming on? Is he? Oh dear God!
Yes, sir.
Hey Nate, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
What do you want to say?
I don't like the move of signing Cam. I also kept PJ.
We still have PJ.
No, yeah, but I think you should keep with PJ. Don't sign Cam.
Why don't you think we should sign Cam?
No, I don't think y'all should sign Cam, especially to a 10-year deal with $4 million guaranteed when you're already paying 5 quarterbacks.
It was a 1-year deal, not a 10-year deal.
Sorry, no, not a one. It was a 1-year $10 million.
There it is. Yeah, the money was a lot.
Yeah, the money was a little much.
The money was a bit much, bit more than I think we should have done. And I mean, if you can live up to it, then I'm okay with it. And I mean, if they think they have that cap the way they can do it, then I think it's all right. But
is Trace McSorley still in the Ravens?
Oh my God, Nathan! No, we're not getting Trace McSorley.
Yeah, chill out, bro.
Okay. Well, that's all I had to say.
I figured that was all that was going to be. Thank you for your wisdom.
All right, bro.
I apologize to everyone. I knew that wasn't going to go well.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? I don't have a wine, a bottle.
I bet you don't have a bottle over
there. I knew I was forgetting something. I knew I forgot something critical to this entire equation.
That is just the pure Panthers mindset. We have what we want. We have the things we need, but we don't know how to utilize it.
We do not know how to utilize these things, bro. I should have got the screw top. That's probably what I should have got.
That's what you should have done.
Probably. But man, I mean, bro, we need some more requests, man. We want to keep hearing from you guys. We talked enough, you know what I'm saying? We talk enough, for 10 people. We want to hear what you guys have to say, man. We appreciate you guys listening to us every week. Because we kind of ramble on and on because we're just fans just like you guys. So, hop up in here, hit that request button, man. We got to hear from you guys, man.
Absolutely. I mean, while we're talking
about it, just I think again, we talk about the impact that he just has on our city, and I think that is just the coolest part because we know obviously. Oh, hold on.
And we do got another request.
Oh, there we go.
Ryan Hibberson, man. I think.
Oh God, this can only another. Okay, we're gonna get some Panthers fans on here. You can throw them on here, but Lord knows what it's gonna be.
There it goes.
There it is. Looking mighty big. Oh, there it is.
Sorry, I'm cooking a bunch of chicken right now. Shocker, I know.
All right, what's your thought process? I know you're. That's what I figured was going to come up.
Yeah. Hey, man, I've been a Cowboys fan my whole life, and it's always sucked. We have Dak, and now we finally have him for longer than the first, 5 weeks, 4 weeks last year when he got hurt?
Yeah, 4 weeks.
If that.
Sorry, my phone keeps locking.
Oh.
It's just nice to actually have the Cowboys win games that are close for once.
Other than last week, at least.
Is that screen frozen? Hey man, so you're a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, okay. I don't want to talk about last week was so bad.
There it is.
Oh my God, that was definitely the worst game we played this season. I mean, obviously we started the season off playing Tampa Bay, which that's just it's Tampa Bay. I don't know what you want us to do about that.
But I mean, that's when we figured out, the Cowboys are pretty legit. I mean, they held their own against that entire game.
Is this screen frozen?
It's not for me.
Yeah, I think it's glitching. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that West Virginia signal.
I'm telling you.
Oh, is
got-
it my signal?
Yeah, as you, buddy. Hey, we got. I'm about to say, just hop off and hop back in, see if that works again.
All right. Let's see if it's. Gotta do that.
No,
All
add him back in.
There it is. How about now?
There he is.
There we go. That sounds good. Hey man, so love having you on, Ryan, but I think we do have some more Panthers fans.
We gotta prioritize the Panthers
I
fan.
get it.
Hey, look, appreciate the love though, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
the
of
love.
course.
Hey, have a good
What you
one.
guys doing?
See you, buddy.
See ya.
And now we're gonna be adding Justin Lee. Gotta get the guys back in here, man. Gotta hear from the people.
Let's see. Is he on?
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. I think Ryan's on.
Yes, sir. How you doing, man?
What's up, y'all?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. I just wanted to ask y'all what y'all felt about maybe Cam returning next year if everything goes good. Like, what do y'all think the deal would look like? How that would be put together? And how the Joe Brady thing kind of pans out.
You know, crazy enough, I just spoke about this in the latest YouTube video. I said in my mind, I think they should try to bring him back. I think he's the guy he's the correct bridge quarterback to the next future guy of this franchise. I mean, and if you have Cam, it solves your quarterback issue. You then can spend the rest of your draft capital that you have left on fixing that offensive line. So I think it solves. I think it's a 2-for-1 type of deal where it allows you to go fix other issues until you can go get the guy that you want to have. As far as the deal he would get, I'm not gonna lie. I could see a 2-year deal, which in the NFL, 2 years really only means one. I could see a 2-year deal for about $30 million, honestly, because $15 million a year would be mid-level quarterback money. The only issue is that you're paying Teddy Bridgewater's contract still. You picked up Sam's 5th-year option, so I'm not big on cap space and how the money works in the NFL, but I can't imagine that we're in a great situation as far as money-wise when it comes down to our quarterbacks.
No, I mean, like we said, we're paying 3 quarterbacks right now for $10 million. At the moment is what we're doing, and we're only going to be playing, one of them right this week. We're going to be paying Teddy and Sam, both of which are not going to be playing, and then whoever we have coming up. I mean, I agree with Shantice. We hit a bad spot. Last year would have been easy to go get the rookie guy had you had your bridge quarterback in my mind, because the line we have right now is not going to help any rookie quarterback do well. I mean, Fields doesn't have the best line with the Bears, but I think he's just getting blown out of the water if he played for us. Next year, looking at the quarterback class right now coming out of college, I mean, I wouldn't touch Sam Howell with a 10-foot pole. I would not in the slightest. I mean, at this point, I'm looking at maybe Chase Bryce from Appleton as a guy that I might even consider. Maybe, the guy from Liberty and the guy from Wake Forest are guys that I'm looking at. But, I mean, and for Cam, I think he is a perfect bridge quarterback, because I think the thing with Cam is he just wanted to go on his own terms. I think that's why he accepted his job, coming back. Because I think he did not like how he was not able to go out on his own way with the team that he gave so much for. I think this is a different guy than we've seen, the towel wrapping, moping on the bench, walking out of press conferences. We saw how he handled Mac Jones. He was doing well with Mac Jones. He was he was coaching him up. He was hyping him up on the sidelines. He did it with Taylor, and he did it with, he did it with Taylor Heineke, and he did it with these guys coming up, and Kyle. So, he's good. I feel like he's got that, he's got that ability to coach his next guys up. And I think that's way, if we got a guy who we feel comfortable with, and Cam is able to go and then go out on his own terms, whether it's through another team or retire altogether, I think he's willing to do that. He might not, be content with the backup quarterback position until he decides that he is content with it, and that might cause some issues. But as far as money-wise goes, we have so many other guys. The problem, I think, is going to become money, because there's so many other contracts. There's so many other contracts that we need to take care of right now. Like guys going into their options. And guys we signed, those vets we signed for those 1-2 year deals. There's so many guys that we do need to focus on. So I don't think he should be up in the priority of that list. I'm thinking, but if he's top 10, he's number 10. People we need to resign, depending upon how he performs. Because I think after this week, I would be surprised if he's not playing, if he's not starting every game. even when Sam does come back after the Cardinals week. So I think it really just depends on, I don't think they have super high expectations. I don't know what they're shooting for at the end of it for this season. But what's your thought process of the future with us?
So, I mean, I kind of, to start, I love the move of signing Cam, but that just makes me hate the Sam Darnold thing even more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just because, and another thing I have a question about is, why did we sign Matt Barkley in the first place if this is what we were going to end up doing?
I think they signed Matt Barkley because I think that was a rule thing going on.
Yeah, I think so too.
I need to look at Matt Barkley's history because I'm sure he played for Temple or played for, the Saints at one point or something like that. But I think that was just, hey, we're going to make this, the bargain bin ticket, and then they heard the backlash. I think Tepper saw the backlash from we're going to lose so much money off of this. Like, I think Tepper really made it, honestly, as not only a business decision for the team in terms of the playing ability of the team, but also a monetary decision, because having Cam come in, that boosts your profits up. That'll skyrocket your profits. I mean, for anyone who is, a Panthers fan of longer than the last 4 years. But the problem is now you've all but pretty much just screwed Sam's ability to come into this market and be, and familiarize himself and be liked in this market. There's
Sam screwed himself.
Well, yes, of course. This was the final nail in the coffin. Sam doesn't really have a second chance anymore, I think, now that you brought Cam in, because it's like, it's like, you're trying to be okay with a stepdad, and now your real dad is hanging around, and he's like, well, why would I hang with you when I've got, my real dad here? Like that. I just having that's gonna be. It's gonna be interesting to see how Sam handles this as a person and as a man. It's gonna be a growing thing for him, and hopefully, I don't wish failure on this guy. I hope he's able to come out of the other end a better player and a better man, and hopefully Cam can help him with that. I just don't know.
I will say now, I love our backup situation.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Sam might not be a great starting quarterback, but he's a hell of a backup quarterback. If you think about it, I mean, just what he's been able to do so far with the teams he's been on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think a backup role for him initially coming out of the New York situation would have been more suited than him going right back into another starting situation where the expectations are going to be high. They're expecting you to live up to that top 5 pick that you were a few years ago.
Zach Wilson right now.
Exactly. And I think that was the weird situation that's been happening across the league when you have guys like the Jets backup quarterback, you've got guys like Colt McCoy coming in and still being able to perform. Like, I think they saw that these other no-name players, these no-name quarterbacks, were coming in with him and thinking that maybe Barkley could do that for us. And I think that would have been the mindset behind that. And I think Sam in the future, I think he lines up to be like we talked about the Ryan Tannehill comparison. I think it's going to file out a lot more than we think. So he's going to be that Ryan Fitzpatrick type guy. He's going to come in Mike Glennon style, and he's going to play for a team that needs him 10 years down the line and do better than expected.
Which isn't always the worst thing in the world.
No, absolutely not.
Look at both of those guys. They've made a living doing that.
There's a lot of money in being a backup quarterback in this league.
Right.
Exactly. He could either be a journeyman like Fitzpatrick, or he could find a team, like Tannehill, and be the guy they need in that particular time in their franchise.
And it may just take longer for you to develop like a different Tannehill, because Tannehill's a guy who was a receiver in college.
Yeah.
And now he's one of the best quarterbacks. I'd say top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now. So.
Definitely in the conversation.
I said Jeff was just ringing somewhere over there. His ears were ringing. But yeah, man, I think it just brings a different energy to the team. I think it shows the players, because I know the division. There had to be some locker room division between his offense and defense, and I think this was a huge, step in offering kind of the peace pipe to go, hey, look, we do care about you all. We want this team, and I think it speaks to it. Still confuses the hell out of me. I don't know where they're trying to go. For this season, I don't know if they're trying to tank and go get good spots, or they want to actually make a run to the playoff. Every time I see one thing, they do the other.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Gilmore trade let me know everything I need to know, because teams that are rebuilding and tanking don't trade for top 5 corners. You know what I'm saying? And going to get Cam lets you know. And Scott Fitterer said this in his presser. We looked at our situation. looked at our defense and how well they're playing. They're number 2 in a lot of different categories. We have the weapons on. We have weapons on offense. We want to try to utilize it to its fullest potential. And going to get Cam was that utilization and trying to, try to maximize what this team could possibly be, man. I can respect it, whether it works or not. I can respect the fact that they kick the tires on it and try to make it happen.
Right. My thing is about whether it works or not. They did something that, like, they made an effort and they did something that they know the fans would love.
And that's all we've been asking for this whole season.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Well, thank you so much for hopping on. We love hearing from you. Want to hear from you again. If you got anything else to say, please feel free to keep reaching out. We love hearing from y'all.
No, I was about to get off here. I'm about to lose service, so I didn't want to mess y'all's thing. But I appreciate it.
Of course.
Hey, man, appreciate the love, man.
Yep.
Awesome.
Sure, man. Hey, man. Hey, look, it's great hearing from a lot of people that we haven't gotten to hear from. Mind you, we're bogged down. We're busy just as much as you guys are. I mean, and we don't get a chance to see everything that comes through. So, I mean, definitely appreciate the people that still support even when we don't get a chance to read.
Yeah, we that's the problem with running these things. We all, we doing our own kind of stuff too, and we want to have more fans on. We did it with this episode we dropped last night. Little did we know when we recorded this episode last night that all this was going to go down. We say it's a curse that we have for this podcast. Whenever we say something or whenever we record, and there's not a whole lot going the day we record, the next day something happened.
Breaking news.
Literally, and this time it was the closest turnaround within literally 2 hours of dropping, the podcast. This happened. So we had this, kind of this breaking news sort of ability to get this in because my God, I was just shocked when it happened earlier today. I almost didn't have a reaction. I was just like, what?
I saw the rumors man, and also, man, shout out Miss Sheena Quick. If you don't know who I can't remember who she works for, but she's a Charlotte media personality, has a lot of great insight about the Panthers. Was really on to this. She hinted towards this yesterday about this going down, and she's been fantastic at keeping everybody in the know on Panthers Twitter. And like I said, we have our sources. Jeff also being plugged into the Charlotte sports scene. Our very own personal insider. He keeps us up to date, man. It's a lot of great people. You know what I'm saying? Giving us great updates about this team, man.
It gives us, everyone's got a role to play for our podcast. And I think, honestly, they had a practice. I think Barkley came in, they had a practice, and they went, we can't do this. We can't run this.
There's a legit chance that you can make the playoffs. And I'm telling you right now, a Cam Newton-led offense with this current roster is a dangerous group. Despite the offensive line not being where it needs to be, there's different things you can do to deflect that. There's different things you can do with the offense that's led by Cam Newton. Hence why Cam Newton played with bad offensive line for the entirety of his career in Carolina. But the reason how you can offset that is by doing a lot of different things, man.
And he still knows some of these guys on the offensive line. He knows Daly. He knows, he knows Moton. He knows these guys. He knows DJ. He knows McCaffrey. And a lot of these guys, this isn't just like, picking up Cam, just like Cam. You think about Terrace Marshall. He grew up watching Cam. It's crazy to even say that. But, some of these players grew up watching Cam.
Bro, it's crazy. It was crazy in his release from the Patriots. How many guys you started to see they're truly, and you see it because you see how many quarterbacks we have almost 10 quarterbacks wearing the number 1 right now. Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, there's a couple other guys too. And that comes about because of why? Because of the influence Cam has had. Think about the influence Cam had on the high school football scene for the people that play high school ball. The Cam Newton high top cleats, man. Who wanted to rock Under Armour cleats at any point in time in their career before Cam Newton came onto the scene? Nobody, man. It lets you know how impactful this guy's been. It's great to see him get his flowers. It's great to see him have a redemption story that obviously all of us hope can turn out to be a huge success, to say the least. Also, man, how long are we planning to go live?
We can start wrapping up.
Okay, cool. It's 8:57.
Yeah.
For anybody that's hopping in.
You want to get a last word in?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. If you want to hop in, this will be the last request we'll probably take for the night. So we do, like I said, we would love to end the night off with a with the word from some of the people and what you guys have to say. But I mean, we are games on, sleep is to be had, and getting a little tired. But I'm not gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight. I can tell you that. I'm gonna sleep in my Cam Newton jersey. I'm gonna roll up. I'm gonna have that.
You see how I'm coming with it, man. You
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We had to get to it, man.
I didn't think about it. I should have busted it out for it. I didn't even think about it,
bro. I had to do it for the people. You know I had to stunt, even though I have not taken a sip of this wine because I do not have a bottle. That is crazy.
No part of that surprises me.
Yeah, none of it all. Nothing in my mind said, you probably should grab something to open this. None of that. None of that. You can tell what my mind was, man.
Well, look, y'all. But I'll say, look off for those who might be just jumping on, or those from watching. If you've been watching this entire time, God bless you. I don't know what possessed you. Don't know what possessed you to do that, but like we said. Thank y'all for tuning in and listening. We love the support. It means the world to us.
Absolutely.
Make sure to follow both accounts, P1 Network, as well as Panthers Nation. We're going to have updates from all of this. The amount of content we put out today, good Lord, it's its own social media department, the amount of content we put out.
Man, we like I said, man, this doesn't happen without you guys and y'all and your support, bro. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's amazing to think that people actually sit and listen to us talk about the Panthers, bro. I mean, we're no qualified to anybody else to get to do this, man. And again, it's an honor talking to some of you guys, bro. I don't think y'all understand how much it means to us that you guys even care enough to even tune in week to week, man.
The world, it means the world. So for anyone who was on and wants to hear it, we're gonna have this drop, and it's gonna be a special episode still going on Spotify. You can watch it on Facebook and Instagram after the fact.
Yep.
And we'll have that going up, so you'll still be able to hear it. I'll probably edit some parts out for dexterity, like Nate jumping on.
Yeah,
but other than that, maybe. Again, thank y'all so much. And so we'll still, I mean, I know we had just so much content dropping today. We're still going to keep going throughout the week. We'll have an episode on Sunday. And so until then, y'all, keep pounding.
Woo.